Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and the market's still boring. XRP at $2.24. Nothing, and we're at 2.68 trillion in the market. Everything's kind of boring. Paul Barron's on fire today, building the perfect $1 million, 100K, 10K, or 1K portfolio. Here's a round robin based on popular voting to determine portfolio for the next leg in the Bullrun 2025. Yes, still intact. This is a multi-part series. Which asset would you put in your portfolio? And I'm hitting the refresh button once again. XRP 75% wins again. Keeps winning. This is a good little summary. Just in 18 XRP ETFs filing now submitted to the SEC. I would love it if it sent XRP to 20 bucks. That's a long list, including some big names. Okay. Paul Barron had this, I think this guy's name's Monty Metzger from the LCX exchange, which is Liechtenstein, which is right beside Switzerland. Talked about them in the past on this channel. Here you go. He says some interesting things about XRP.
What would be the future here for you guys if you were to choose now?
What I can tell you is it won't be on Ethereum because they need a different settlement layer, which is much faster and probably also offering a hybrid model between private and public disclosures. So if the Bank of America would step in, they don't want to disclose all their transactions like it is on Ethereum.
Well,
so it would be a hybrid model.
There's a blockchain out there. XRP Ledger would be a good one. You know, you could go right there to it.
The look on his face.
Oh, I like that. Okay, that's all I needed.
Like, we're not allowed to talk about that. Then I found this clip in there too, where he talks about the strategic reserve.
Listen, I want to get your opinion on the XRP Ripple strategic reserve position. What are your chances that you think Ripple is going to succeed in getting XRP into the reserve?
I think it's historic times. We have the first crypto president in the United States, and he's also pushing global markets, as we can see now.
Right.
But this announcement and the presidential tweet where he mentioned this U.S. strategic crypto reserve is really a milestone. This had been like a dream come true for the industry, and obviously mentioning XRP as one of the assets is moved the markets. A lot of speculation. At the end of the day, they decided to go with the pure Bitcoin strategic reserve at the first step, but we don't know what will happen now. In our opinion, a strategic crypto reserve is something every country needs.
Every country needs, and that, in my opinion, that's where this thing will go. You'll have it in every country. Then we've got this. This is a very interesting clip where he's talking about what tokenization is going to bring, including tokenization of gold.
Do you think that we could get to a point where tokenized gold could actually become a reality here, especially here in the United States? What are your thoughts?
In general, tokenization will bring the next wave of crypto adoption. We will see 10 or 100x of the current crypto market price, or the whole market cap of the industry to develop. And there, gold will play a tremendous role because the accessibility as an investment class is not that easy as you think. Buying physical gold for you personally has a lot of risks. So you need to be shipped, you need to store it, and you need to keep it somewhere. So the idea of a tokenized gold could really revolutionize and bring mass adoption to gold as an investment class, but also for crypto. It could be the next bull run.
10 to 100 times just with tokenization. That's not including all the other good things that are about to happen. Okay, Bernstein Buzz initiated coverage of Coinbase with outperform rating at $310 price target. It is said crypto exchange is well positioned to benefit from regulatory tailwinds. So is crypto going to. I'm looking at CNBC right now. It says JFK files due for release. Today's the day. Here now we have. Let's talk about our Bitcoin crazies. This is crazy Max Kaiser.
I mean, the element of Bitcoin of FOMO, fear of missing out, has reached the nation state level and the sovereign wealth fund level, central bank level, and it's the same on that level as it is on any level. I think Warren Buffett said once that people are not that interested really in making money until their neighbor starts making money, right? And then suddenly, it's keeping up with the Joneses. So the fact that a couple of countries are now stacking and showing great results as a result has triggered FOMO at the highest level. I remember when I did a .com company in Los Angeles back in the late 90s, and we got a huge investment from NBC, the media company. And I asked one of the executives, why did you invest in my company? And he said, to tell you the truth, I don't know, but I don't want to miss it. And that was the mentality at that time. So we've entered that phase of the cycle where people are just going to be writing enormous checks because they don't want to miss it. And we'll take the money.
What it just said is, I don't know why they would invest. They're just going to do it because everybody else is doing it. Well, that's a great reason to invest. Okay, Michael Saylor. We just did crazy Max Kaiser. Now we're doing crazy Michael Saylor. Strategy today announced the launch of STRF, Strife, a new perpetual preferred stock offering available to institutional investors and select non-institutional investors. Now, folks, this guy is causing some of these Bitcoin maxis to jump overboard, not on Bitcoin, but on what he's doing. Here's one of them, Simon Dixon's. Strategy's announcement of a perpetual 10% dividend paid in dollars, despite lacking sufficient dollar revenue and operating with a Bitcoin-based balance sheet, is next level risk. This is starting to resemble long-term capital management, which required a bailout. If this ship sinks, nationalization might become a strategic move for the U.S. government. For clarity, this does not change my thesis on Bitcoin, but he is warning about what Michael Saylor's doing. BX Digital, part of the Bourse Stuttgart group, which I think is the German equivalent to the U.S. Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, received a regulatory approval from Swiss regulator FINMA to operate a digital asset trading and settlement platform. Now, you got to see this. But before you see this, I went to Grok, and I asked Grok, I said, who are the largest, give me a list of the largest Bitcoin holders and their percentage holdings of the total amount of Bitcoin. The 4 Satoshis, who they lie to you and tell is 1 Satoshi that they don't know about, which they do, has 5.24%. Now, have you ever heard any Bitcoin maxis take issue with this large holding by someone who is supposedly anonymous? No. Have you ever heard any of the Bitcoiners, express any problem with the top 20 Bitcoin holders controlling 24.2% of the Bitcoin, which is what Grok said too? No, you have not. That's a huge holding. You're telling me those 20 can't get together, can't control the price? Come on. Not to mention the miners that are consolidated. The first is 4 Satoshis. Coinbase, Binance, MicroStrategy, BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, Bitfinex, U.S. government, China, Kraken, Block One, Robinhood, Winklevoss Twins, Marathon Holdings, United Kingdom, Tesla, Tim Draper, Michael Saylor, Hurt 8 Mining, El Salvador, Mt. Gox Tether. But what do they always warn you about? Well, it's 2 things, which I'll show you here in a minute. Somebody did a tweet that makes a lot of sense. I'll show you in the group. Listen to what he says.
Mark and Elon own a bunch of Doge, right? At least that's what we think. Mm-hmm. And on paper,
remember the same crew, including Mark Yusko, they were all about some Ethereum. And you think they didn't know that all the whales from the ICO weren't disguised whales? They had no problem with that. Why is that? Was it that they were all in the game? and didn't want to create that perception?
It's worth a bunch of money. No, it's not. Because the minute one of those two wallets sells one Doge, that price is collapsing.
Yeah.
It's going to collapse. And the only way is if you feed the ducks, right? If you are feeding into that frenzy of the money coming in, XRP comes to mind, which, it's amazing.
That cuts both ways, though. The previous cycles, man, they weren't feeding the ducks; they were pulling back because they were selling ducks.
I don't know exactly, but it's amazing how people still don't understand that if a foundation or an individual owns the bulk of something, and there's
Remember, this guy was all in on Ethereum back in the day. There is an Ethereum foundation, so he really doesn't have a problem with foundations.
selling it to you, they're not on your side. Like literally, you are their exit liquidity.
Okay, well, what are the two things that all these Bitcoin maxis have attacked for all these years? There's two of them. The core two investments that they've attacked. The Ethereum people attacked it. The Bitcoin people attacked it, still attack it. The Ethereum people learned their lesson, and because of ETHgate, they don't want to talk about it anymore. But in the group, we're going to talk about what are those two things. I'm also going to tell you what's going to shock you today. And then we're going to talk about the gold and the reset. If you want to join, you can go to daixrp.com to join through the Patreon. You can go to, if you'd rather join through YouTube, it's the same group. Click on the join button below this video. And then we do extended videos with no advertising in there. That's the thing. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.